Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Rathya Charpata Virachita Kantha, Punya Punya Vivarjita Pantha, Yogi Yoga Niyojita Chitta, Ramate Balon Matavadeva. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. As we have been discussing, that this a person to become happy does not need anything. Like a mad person does not need any external thing to become happy. So that was the example that we had discussed very carefully. Here we have to understand that time you need external things to become happy when you are not internally rich. You need to have external wealth, external relationship, anything and everything that is external to you in order to become a happy person. When you are not internally rich, if you do not have internal wealth, if you have not internal relationship with yourself, if you do not have internal strength, definitely you need external things to become a happy person. Here the verse highlighted very carefully that a person to become a rich, that does not mean that person is a happy person, but the person who is comfortable within one's own self, the one who revels within one's own self, the one who is committed to one's own self, not one's own likes and dislikes. Because everybody says, after all, I am committed to myself only. No, sorry. You may be thinking that you are committed to yourself, but most of the time one is committed to one's own likes and dislikes, one's own preferences, one's own fancies, one's own insecurities. So when a person is committed to one's own self, the person when is committed to the teaching, please understand that person is a happy person. That is what we discussed in details. Let us look at the next verse. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, kastvaṃ kō'haṃ, kuta āyātaḥ, kāme jananī, ko me tātaḥ, iti paribhāvaya sarvamasāraṃ, viśvaṃ tyaktvā svapnavichāram. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Says, kō'haṃ, kō'haṃ, kuta āyātaḥ. There are few questions to be asked. Here one of the disciples writes, you need to ask the question to yourself constantly and continuously. If you observe your life, always you ask question to others. And when you ask question to others, it is for your comfort sake. Anytime you start questioning to others, what is the main purpose behind it? To have some comfort, or you feel comfort did not come. That means all your question is related to comfort. But after asking all these questions all the time, are you really comfortable? Or you are becoming more and more intolerant? That's why you can see the zone of comfort, what we call comfort zone, is expanding for you day by day. As a child, with a candy, you were happy. Now what happens? Now if you observe, candy is not enough. You need not only ice cream, on the top of that you need different type of toppings, different flavors, many things, and also that must not be repeated. Just examples I am trying to highlight here. So that means you are always busy in questioning others and everything for your comfort sake. And in the process you are not comfortable, but you keep expanding your comfort zone. And you call that is growth. That when you are capable of extending your comfort zone. Can you see this point? You call yourself that you are a grown-up person when you are capable of expanding your comfort zone. Nothing wrong in it, expanding comfort zone. But are you really comfortable? Because to be comfortable, remember, to make yourself comfortable has nothing to do with expanding your comfort zone. Expanding comfort zone must be for others, not for yourself. When you start expanding your comfort zone, it must be for others, not for yourself. Because the moment you start expanding the comfort zone for yourself, knowingly or unknowingly, remember it's a very dangerous thing to happen in life. That time a person regrets when discovers that it is too late, that I had expanded my comfort zone for myself. Please understand this point. You start regretting that time when you discover that you have expanded your comfort zone for yourself. Of course, that realization has to come. Many people that also they don't have. So that's why here you have to ask the question to yourself that who am I? Because starting with who are you? Who am I? In front of you when a person is there, who are you? Of course you ask who are you to know in and out, okay? Whether the person will be able to meet my comfort zone or not, okay? Of course you ask, who doesn't ask this point, okay? Because that person should be able to meet your comfort zone, or else sorry. And what is a meeting comfort zone? If we try to understand that, meeting comfort zone means to endorse your likes and dislikes, to endorse your thinking, to butter you, to soap you, to take care of you. What you call as to take care. It's not, there is nothing called taking care. What is taking care? Taking care is nothing to take care of my ego, my likes and dislikes, my fancies. Because in reality, nobody takes care of anybody. Remember this point. And that is what is being highlighted here. Also ask the question, kuta āyātaḥ? Where from you have come? What is your origin? What is your source? And of course, also which will lead, why did you come? What is the purpose? Like yesterday, I had sent this Subhasitane, where it has been highlighted that this body is considered as a boat. It is very rare to get this boat. But the problem is we have not asked for it, but we have got the best body. The best human body, best human life. Body means both physical and subtle body. So because we have got the best body without our knowledge, we don't acknowledge, we don't respect. And with the help of this body, we are supposed to cross this ocean of samsara. There is being said that vast river of sorrow. But what happened? Because of my confusion and delusion, because I am confused and deluded, what happens? I waste my time. I try to swim without swimming. I want to relax. Then what happens? Finally, I really do not look at this body, and it's not that easy to get back this body again. Because what is the guarantee that a person can get human body? There is no guarantee. Nobody can say that, look, again I will be born as a human being. Because it is a karma phala. However, that's why I asked the question. And interestingly, kame jananī, the most important relationship. Who is my mother? Kō'haṃ tātaḥ. And of course, who is my father? That also I need to know. Iti paribhāvaya. May you see the limitation of it. May you start dwelling upon it. Let us look at this point, and of course we'll be saying later on why we do not ask question to ourselves. Because the moment I ask the question to myself, it is exactly like a wound covered up with a layer on the top, but inside there is a pus. You understand? It's a beautiful description of your own body. So there is some wound somewhere. Let us say here there is a wound. Inside there is a lot of pus. But on the top somehow skin is a little bit healing. Okay? Namesake small, that black layer comes. Now you are standing in front of others with people. There is pain inside because pus is there. Now what happens? You want to say that you are good. But if you take a needle or something like that, you start pricking, what will happen? All the pus will come out. It's not good for others. In front of others, your image will go down. And stinking, and of course painful. It's exactly like asking question to yourself. You need to have strength, like in this physical body case. You need to have strength to prick. That's why we go to the doctor to get dressed. You understand? They do the dressing job. Or some other person puts the things and brings it out the pus. Because you need to have that sort of strength to face. So also lot of pus Means a lot of wrong thinking. And what is that thinking? This is called sense of dependence. We'll see. Because he brings out this point called mother and father. Generally, mother and father is a inborn relationship where whatever we do are being accepted. Even though they don't agree, sometimes on face, behind, all the way. But because of the gene connection, they accept. And deep within, there is a backup. That's why as long as parents are there, you don't bother. When parents are no more, that time you discover there is no more roof on your head. The emptiness, the void, it happens for some time. That is natural, which is supposed to. And if it happens, that means perfect. If it doesn't happen, then means something is wrong. That also I am making it very clear. Coming back here, how the father and mother role creates some type of comfort in you without your knowledge. There is some type of dependence that is inborn. And where you want to be relaxed. And of course, consequences of it what? You start depending upon. You never grow. As a child, fantastic. But as a grown-up person, you cannot. Even though these two relationships are most important relationship, which is being accepted as long as this body is there, that long this relationship will continue, because this body is related to parents. So with this relationship also, one has to ask the question. One has to see the limitations of it. Because if you do not ask this question, definitely you cannot grow up from your parents. You will remain as a child forever. And if you remain as a child forever, how can you see the growth for yourself? That's why you can see those who always relate with their parents, always they want to pamper themselves, they want to get pampered. And whenever you relate to your parents, you can see you will start fluctuating. This is the most important aspect I have observed people. Whenever you start relating with your parents, whether physically or mentally, makes no difference. You will start fluctuating. You will not be able to stand on your leg. It's impossible. It's not going to work. So that's why here is being said that even if with reference to your relationship, with reference to relationship that is related to your parents, your father and mother, that also you need to ask. You need to dwell upon. You need to see the limitations of it. Like what? It says, svapnavichāram. You need to see like as how you created your dream. In dream, there is a projection. And as long as you are under the spell of the dream is fantastic or painful, both way it can happen. Most of the time it is painful, very rarely fantastic, okay? So here, dream is that long reality as long as you are under the spell of the dream. Moment you come out of dream, remember, dream does not teach you anything, except maybe allows you to release your subconscious mind, what they call as psychologically. Because you are a person, could not release consciously, now subconsciously you are releasing through dream. That's what happens. If you are able to release consciously, if you are able to face consciously, dream will not come that much. Only when you are not able to release consciously, it comes through the dream to help you to release. That's the mechanism of the mind. However, coming back here, that once you wake up, now the dream characters have no role. Now all this relationship is dream characters. Like how you release your pressure subconsciously without your knowledge in the dream. Now through the relationship, you manage to take care of yourself for time being. Remember this point. Through any relationship, you take care of yourself for the time being. But remember, no relationship can take care of you. That's why wherever there is relationship, there is complication. Remember this point. I am not taking that you should not have relationship, okay? That's not my point, because the verse is say demand, so that's why I am talking it, okay? Please go for relationship, go through hell and grow out of it, okay? That should be the policy. But please grow out of it or else finished. That's the only point. That's why when Avadhut had 24 gurus, in one of that, one guru is called a girl, small girl, very nice to know. The story goes, when this Avadhut was walking, this small girl was pounding, because those days, they do this pounding means with a particular motor. So this all this paddy and other things, you have to lift and put it. So in the like this, she was doing it, and she had bangles. So as she was doing, what happens? Now each time bangles starts hitting each other, big noise. Now what this girl did, started removing one bangle from each side, slowly reduced. As she was removing one bangles, the sound was getting reduced, because as the sound was more, she was feeling uncomfortable. Neither she was able to pound herself, neither she was able to pound those grains, nor she was feeling comfortable. So she started removing. Finally what happens? Kept only one bangles, which was perfect. No sound, absolutely nothing. And she could complete the job. That time, this Avadhut accepted her as a guru, as a teacher. And there he learnt. Wherever there is more people, there is problem. Only in oneness, there is no problem. Means wherever there is relationship, contextually I am bringing it. Wherever there is relationship means what? Demands more than one. There is a problem. Whether you like it or not. This is universal truth, okay? That's why you need to start developing relationship with yourself. Making yourself comfortable, like in the previous verse as we discussed. When you do not have internal riches, internal wealth, you hold on to external wealth. If you have internal wealth, will you hold on to external wealth? External wealth has no role for you. If it is there, fantastic. If not there, who cares? Whereas if you do not have internal wealth, for you external wealth is everything. Do you understand what I am trying to highlight here? Same thing also, internal relationship. If you don't have internal relationship, you need external relationship. If you really fail in internal relationship, you think you will be successful with external relationship? Impossible. That's why regret. That's why may you understand this point, that may you dwell upon iti paribhāvaya. May you dwell upon means dwelling upon means what? Seeing the limitations of it. How this relationship helps or destroys, makes you feel good or feel bad. Please understand. That you need to understand. Let me share one story also, because long back this Mullah Nasruddin has not come, okay? So let me bring also him. Once in a while, poor fellow has to come. Without that, life is not that great, okay? Mullah was keeping quiet for a long time. And suddenly, he thought of changing himself. So how to change, what to do, what not to do? He adopted a new method. As he was a minister to the king, so the new method was, he started criticizing anybody and everybody that to behind. So when he started criticizing the beginning stages behind, king was amused, because king started to know the limitations of others. Criticizing means what? Trying to show the limitation. That is called sophisticated way of criticizing, okay? Sorry, rude way is criticizing, sophisticated way of talking is called showing the limitations. Both way, one and same, no difference, okay? So king enjoyed for some time. Then one day king realized, hey, what is going on with this fellow? Now he is criticizing others that to behind. Now what is the guarantee that he must be doing the same thing with reference to me with others, in front of others? Now in front of me, he is criticizing others. Now he must be doing the same thing about me in front of others. Asked, hey, Mullah, what are you doing? What nonsense is it? I think you have developed a very bad habit. This is not right. Mullah said, no, I am trying to change. No, why? What happened? No, I have adopted this new method now. Why? What happened? Because, my wife, yes, what happened? What did she do? She actually is pointing out to me all the time that you have to change. You have to be great. You have to change. Now these two words, I am really tired of listening from her. You have to be great, you have to change. Now tell me what to do. Because if I have to be great, in order to become great, if I have to change, means I have to work hard to more and more great, so that maybe she will be happy. I do not know. But I adopted a new method. She said that what? I have to be great, at the same time I have to change. Now I changed my method. Now what is this? Because there are two ways of becoming great. Either one, work hard to become great, which now I am tired, I don't think I can. Now I adopted the other method. If I bring down others, if I make others to feel small, automatically I am great. That is what I adopted here. Just observe. Do we do the same thing with reference to relationship or not? What does the relationship mean? Instead of discovering comfort within me, instead of developing the relationship in me, instead of accommodating me, what I do? I try to accommodate my likes and dislikes through relationship. Remember this. Relationship is nothing. Learning to or forcefully learning to accommodate your likes and dislikes. That's why you relate to that person who will take care of your likes and dislikes. If that person does not take care of your likes and dislikes, will you relate with that person? Even if that person becomes alien, you understand? Whereas if the alien takes care of your likes and dislikes, you will happily relate with that person. That's why new generations are very happy to relate with a robot. Because a robot will not question you, will not complain you. That's why what you need to do here is paribhāvaya. Because what? All are asaram, which has no essence. Remember, all this relationship has no essence. Because all essence is what? You need to relate with yourself. That's why relationship is very good for your growth. Long-term growth. Not to feel you, make you good. Remember, if you are thinking that relationship will make you good, feel you good, you are in deep delusion. No relationship has made anybody to feel good. Tell me, give me a single relationship. Which relationship has made you to feel good, great? Not a single relationship. All are time beings. Yes, maybe that is required to grow. But remember, if you are looking for comfort or looking for growth, and of course, moreover, if you are really looking that relationship will make you feel good, you are definitely in a deep delusion. And what? He says beautifully, viśvaṃ tyaktvā. So, learn to grow out. Tyaktvā means giving up actually. But instead of giving up, I don't want to be too rude. Grow out of it. Don't give up, okay? Grow out of it. What? Viśvaṃ. Viśvaṃ means creation, your own projection. The creation is nothing, your projection. All this relationship is nothing but your projection. Please grow out of it. So only when you grow out of it, what happens? Viśvaṃ tyaktvā svapnavichāram, thinking that it is just another dream, your projection after all. That means don't fuel to your projection. Because if you start fueling your projection, definitely you will look at all relationship is fantastic. How long? As long as you are able to fuel. Now tell me, will you be able to fuel whole life? Will mind accept? Will body accept? Will anything accept? Situation accept? So that's why what you need to do here is, may you understand, this is the take home we need to see, that start questioning to yourself. Whatever you are doing, am I on the right track or not? Am I doing for my temporary relief or doing for my growth? If I am doing temporary relief, what would be the consequences? Will I be able to face the consequences? If the consequences becomes worse with reference to temporary relief, you understand what I am trying to say, then what happens? You regret. Whereas, when you discover that I am doing something growth, for my growth, and of course, when I am not able to handle, something goes wrong with me, absolutely no problem. Maybe that is a prarabdha. Okay, this is the last moment you have to tell, okay, not the beginning, okay? Then you can say, look, Swamiji, you would come to the right point now. My prarabdha says to go through, to do all these things, okay? Let me go through, let me do all these things. Please, God's sake, okay? Don't destroy yourself, don't destroy me. Please continue with your prarabdha, okay? I wish you all the best. Never ever use the word prarabdha, because at this moment I should not have used, it came out. Only you have to use prarabdha when things have gone completely out of the hand and you want to overcome and you don't have strength to stand. That time you use prarabdha to stand on your leg, then come up, never go back. But using prarabdha, don't get in, okay? This is my prarabdha, you understand? My prarabdha says today I will have accident. You understand? My prarabdha said, my horoscope said, I read today, tarot reading, this reading, that reading. My horoscope says today that today I will have accident. Now let me go for accident. You understand? After accident, if you are not able to get up, complete, destroyed, devastated, yes. That time use prarabdha. Yes, it was my prarabdha to have. Happened, okay. Now let me stand up. To accept, to accommodate your mistake. Remember this point. To accept, to accommodate your mistake, we take the help of prarabdha. Not to make mistake, we never use the prarabdha. That's why may you start dwelling upon and grow out of all this sense of dependence. And when you grow out of sense of dependence, you will discover the relationship will be like exactly log of woods, two log of woods moving on a river. Both of them are floating. Sometimes they come together, sometimes go apart, come together, go apart, sometimes they don't meet at all or may not meet at all. But both of them are floating. That should be the relationship. You are stable, you are comfortable within yourself, and of course other person is comfortable, moves together, sometimes does not move, how does it matter? Whereas if you are a drowning person, this is called present day relationship. I am drowning, you are drowning. If both of us can go together, maybe we'll try to float together. Can you see? And most of the time what happens? Two dead body comes. Means only both of them regret. Dead body means here regret. Or some people are smart. Relationship is like, with reference to like parents and other things, pretends. Like relationship with a boat and a drowning, a log of wood and a drowning person. Now if you look at yourself that other person is a log of wood, then you always look that log of wood should be available next to me. And that person thinking you are log of wood. You understand? That's called present day relationship. You think that fellow is a log of wood and that fellow thinks you are log of wood. And whenever there is separation, both of you start thinking, oh, how to do, what to do. But in reality, when the real time comes, when there is a wheel full, you understand? When there is wheel full, whether you are log of wood or human being, that you understand. That's why relationship crashes when there is problem in life. That's why be like a log of wood, not log of wood really, okay? Be like a log of wood, means you know floating. And once you know floating, keep floating. You will discover another log of wood will come. If it doesn't come, how does it matter to you? But don't think that only being with the log of wood, you can float. No, learn to float. Thank you very much. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.